What is going on? Midwest Speed Fest. I'm Fritztrosity 1. This is my submission for new Super Lucky's Tale for the Midspring Speedfling. This is 80% on the Xbox Series X. I am currently the world record holder for the new console section. It's definitely not the fastest time this game's played. PC is still a lot faster and there's better runners than me, but I have the world record for consoles right now, so that's fun. Well, the good thing about this game is we get 3 minutes and 22 seconds to just talk before we even get to do anything. So I'm going to start it off in 3, 2, 1, go. So myself, I'm Fritztrosity 1. Been watching speedruns forever now. I remember watching HDQ for like 2014 or 16, maybe it was 15. And then I found you guys with the Midwest Speed Fest. As Minnesota boy myself, that was pretty awesome to see. I'm gonna catch it every time I can. And I had speedrun before the past few years. It's on a PSP game though, and emulation, not great. I actually created the run because it wasn't ran anywhere, so I'm the only one who runs it. And I created the path for it. It was fun, and it's good and all, but wanted a more modern game, something I can like use a good console for and stuff like that. So I was casually playing through the Game Pass games, and this game looked fun, and I played it, and it was right. It was a pretty fun game. It's like basically a Super Mario game or a Donkey Kong game, and it was free for the Game Pass, so I tried it out. And then I told myself I wanted a new speedrun game, and I told myself I was going to do Titanfall 2, something like that, because I'm more of a shooter guy, casually. Boy, that is a complicated looking speedrun, and it's optimized already, and the PC's just like all over that, so passed on that. And then I ran into this game, and the community's kind of small, but it's still pretty sweet, and it's just a really fun game to speedrun. I think it's a great one for beginners. Like, you really don't need much. If you have Game Pass and Xbox, you could jump right into this. It's pretty simple. There's one mechanic that's difficult to learn, but a couple hours of practice and you're pretty much good. So, the only downside is literally you can't skip any cutscenes. So, you sit through this 3 minute and 22 second cutscene every time. So if you have you're going for world records and you have a bad first world, it's very frustrating. Very reset heavy or punishing to reset. You're usually better off if you did okay to just keep going and keep practicing throughout the whole run. But this is still just 80%, so it's just under an hour for the Series X right now. My world record is 57:10. Looking to get that down still. I made some mistakes in my world record run. I could make it better. I think PC's best time right now is like I-51, and like everyone from second place to fifth place is like 52 minutes. So I'm kind of gunning for that time. PC is still gonna have a little bit faster, but if we get around that time, that'd be awesome. But here we go right into it. This is the first world, just shoves you into it, gives you a great breakdown of it, in case you don't know. But the music slaps in this game, so that's another good thing. Right away, let's see, 3:22 by the time I can take over.
Come on.
There we go, and we're off. And right away, we get to see what we call bonk hopping. So what you do is dive against the wall, bonk, tailspin, and jump, and you can do this basically infinitely. And you can get to as high as you want in any levels or like invisible walls and stuff like that. So we just abuse that throughout the game, and it's not like too broken, which is really nice. It's just used to like get past that gate is faster, so just get past that gate. I don't think it doesn't break any world really, or any boss fights really. So that's just the main mechanic of this game, is the bonk hop, and there's a non-bonk hop section and bonk hopping for categories, but just bonk hop, it's so much more fun, and it's just faster. So if you're doing any percent, this and trying to get as fast as possible, this is the one to do it. This is the category. Oh, it's pretty fun. So the goal of the game, I guess, is you got to get torn pages back and defeat these cat bosses. So in every world, you can get 4 potential pages, like the lucky symbols. 300 coins gets you one. A hidden page, beating the world, and getting lucky, kind of like Kong. And you get those, you get all 4 of the pages, and you're out. And we do about 2 worlds per like area section, and then you go to the boss fight for 80%. It was a pretty quick, clean run, and it's just a really fun game to even just repeat. I don't know. The movement's fun. Your abilities, you just get them right away. So what you got right away, you don't have to worry about anything. You just keep going. Just kind of route memorization, and there's some things you gotta learn on the fly, like, oh, I missed this, or like I took damage here, I need to not take damage in another area. Optimize for where coins are if you miss one or something happens. But this world, it's the tutorial world, it's pretty straightforward and easy. Oh, got it. Okay. So if you don't get that U right there, that's a time loss. And here's a little first foxhole. There's little bonus areas. We didn't go into them a ton, but this is how you get the hidden page. So get these 2. Yes, that is really hard actually. That is a like very specific place you got to be at when you hit those 2. Right here's a little fun trick too. You kick right there, and hits it somehow. Gives a few seconds. Up there in the top corner is the finish the game, hidden page, coins, and lucky. So there's only a few worlds where we don't get all 4, but those are later on because it only needs a certain amount of pages to unlock the boss door, and that's just kind of the whole point to get through. And here's a little glitch. Sometimes the bell isn't loaded, so I just gotta put the head there. I gotta come over here, and the bell loads. See if I can explain. Oh, there's one other thing coming up here too called PC game calls it alting, because they just alt F4 once you get it, and then reload the game, and it's faster than like waiting for the cutscenes. And you can kind of do it on Xbox as well, because the Series X just it's so much faster than consoles used to be, so it loads it up pretty well. So in just a chunk of the worlds, we do an alt where we get to the loading page, we kill it, and we get back in. So right here, complicated. I got to split, and then alt. Quit, and then we get right back into it. Also decent heavy hits. Now we're going to a dungeon run, which is basically this version's auto-scroller, but usually that's not what you want to hear in a speedrun, but these are actually fast. These are the fastest worlds. You're constantly running, there's only one thing you can do. So as long as you don't miss the hidden page or coins, it's the fastest. Otherwise you gotta, if you miss one thing, it's dead run sadly, but you can just restart the stage quick and get back into it. Emergencies. I'm going to be trying showing off all the risky things, because why not? It's a kind of more of a showcase, not like me gunning for the world record on a marathon. I'm more for fun and just showing this off. But yeah, right now I hold left, but honestly I don't think you have to. If it runs you any better. Oh. But you're just constantly moving, so. And you can get all 4 of these pages just quickly. It's so much faster than a regular world. But again, very punishing if you miss like that. Any of these letters or the pages, it's dead. You gotta go back. Which has happened. I am fairly new at this game still. I've only been running it for... I started running about a month ago. But way better than it used to be. We ult here again. Split ult. And we're on to our first boss fight. It's funny that's an auto runner, and sometimes I get green or red splits there. Boss fight, man, it's pretty simple. You don't even like fight them. It's pretty funny. So yeah, with that ulting we skip, it like shows the door getting 4 ticks taken off of it, and it's like, ooh, you talk to the boss, he's like, oh, come get me up here, nerd. Simple stuff. And that luckily just cuts, like, stops it. I mean, you can't cut much out of this with the cutscene, sadly, because it'd be so nice if you could. Oh, that would save the beginning so much trouble. And this is Master Moons. These boss fights are kind of kicking around like follow each other. Section of dodging fireballs, do damage to them. Nothing crazy. There's golems as they spawn. That one's that's fine, and we hit him into him, and we're good. Diamond, and then fireballs come out to make us dance, but I'll deal with that. Oh no. Up our way up here, and we just sit on top of this hitbox instead. Look like we're in a Minecraft tutorial, like, what up guys? Super lucky here today, and we're working on a creeper farm. Anyway. Even better on this one, you just sit here. And easiest boss fight probably in a game ever. I love watching his head bounce too. It's just like watching him go by. And sadly, we gotta move for this one. Otherwise, yep. And apparently, you jump at him and you hit him. It makes that a little bit faster. And that is the first boss. The rest of them kind of follow that. There's some that are a little different, but... 2 seconds. I mean, my first world is pretty good for the ones. Here we got the second world with the boss Tess. And we show off some foxholes runs. So to get out of this one, we need 10 pages. So we need 4 from 2 worlds. It gives us the 8, and then we do 2 extra little things called mini marbles. Basically super monkey balls, collect coins. And it's very fast, so get those 2 pages instead, and you're through. So, it happens later on too. In a different world, we do just quick 2 little bonus foxholes to get 2 pages. By the way, that's Blue Collar County guys all rolled into one worm. It's really funny listening to them. Alright. Peak speed running right here. Make a joke about it, but it's actually a real bummer when you miss a coin and waste 4 seconds going back for a coin. It's so demeaning. You're having like a solid run and then you miss a coin. It's like, roll back, grab it. Oh, fantastic. That's that one, and then we go into Piggy Peril. So Piggy Peril and Ripe Rollers are kind of brutal sometimes. They can be very run killing. But let's see what we got here. Alt one more time here. Then we don't alt again until the next world. This is the last alt. On to Piggy Peril. I don't know if you see any bonk hopping in this world. When I think about it. The other worlds are all kind of some focus on bonk hopping, but these worlds don't. Just get through them. Gotta go fast. Collect the coins, collect lucky. And the hint page. Good. Ooh, this could be bad though. I'm down to 1 heart. Gotta kill some time. Don't know so far. Another foxhole for I think the C. Oh, took damage. Let's see, the tail whip hitbox in this game is huge, so it's really utilized some stuff. Let's see, so there's something here called a... Doesn't matter. Oh, I lost it. I think I would have had the K cycle, so forget the K cycle right there. That's really good. Obviously it's fastest. And having to wait for it right there, but you gotta. 300 coins. This is a fun little trick. So right here, if you see all these tubes, you're supposed to run around and go through tubes a bunch of times. But right there, if you just turn and dive, it sends you into the Y one and you just move on. And it skips like 5 of those. I hit a tiny quick death and I didn't get K cycle, but fine, people die. Ripe rollers is a really big one. It's got a big trick at the end of it that can destroy a run completely. So it's really high risk, slightly low reward. It saves just a few seconds, but it feels really good and looks really cool when you do it. I'll give it a shot. I mean, I'm always gonna give it a shot, but going for runs. But if it just doesn't feel right, I'll probably back off and save it. Low for the marathon, I'm sure I'll just try to show it off. What's the worst that happens? I just go back to the next checkpoint, that's fine. Not gunning for the world record during that. So just work on getting coins here. So the fastest movement with Lucky is his diving and slides, and the burrow is faster than just running. So when you always see me trying to burrow when I can. So that's the first bonk hop in a while too. But his little slide kick and like running around, diving and doing the slide. Oh, I need that coin. Timeout. But you're constantly wanting to burrow or dive and slide. And when he does this little dive here, he heat seeks, so you'll see me doing that with like items sometimes. You're going towards notes or letters or enemies. Page. Ooh, that didn't look good. Didn't look like I was gonna land. For safety, and like 170 right there is fine for coins right now. There we get the one. That comes up. Hit it. Oh, it's a good cycle on that. Here we go. So here comes the trick. Potentially, if we get it. Get a little damage boost here. Got it. There it is. So yeah, if you fall right there, you're usually at 1 heart anyway from damage boosting or anything like that. Or even if you don't, you go back to that last checkpoint. And then, I mean, so you lose all that time, and you just beat the, I mean, you just beat that, the bouncy just by a little bit. But it's a cool trick. You don't really do that anywhere else. He doesn't float like that anywhere else. I think it's when you tail whip a big coin, he gets his jump back, but it's not used anywhere else. So. Dangerous, fun little thing. And the last marble for the last page before the boss. It was good to get through that. Piggy Peril and Ripe. Slightly unscathed. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Bummer. Look how quickly this loads now. Got stick holding up because that's what I'm used to. There we go. Right here, just hold right. Get all of them, yep. This one's kind of hard to hit. You gotta hit down a little bit. Yeah. Get all those. If you get this last one. Nice. Just messed up in the beginning, but it was fine. I think we're at 15 seconds. No, 20 seconds. Yeah, I lost 5 seconds on that. Alright, on to Tess. Boss of this world. Those are two... I mean, Piggy Peril's not as much anymore, but Ripe Rollers can be a run killer. The rest of them are more just movement based. Pretty fun. Nothing to totally kill your run. That's pretty sweet.
Hey, Tess! Yeah.
So right here we're fighting Coraline. You'll see in a sec. Totally stole from Coraline. It's actually a very, very easy boss. Swung and missed. Cool. Good. You hit triggers and you dodge your attacks. It spawns 4 enemies right here. Just go to this corner. Oh no, too low. Oh, it did it twice. So that dive like usually heat seeks enemies. Some of them it misses. That one was on me. My aim wasn't the best. You gotta get kind of pointing towards them. I didn't get the gold one. Right here, as long as you get these before the laser hits you, yeah, that's pretty fast. And then another wave of 4 Bs. Just try it. And then we cancel that high hop a little bit above their heads, so you don't just like take a little bit of time on the bonks. And then here she just swipes twice at that one spot. I actually think the first time we played this boss, I died to her. That's all she does. Hard to believe. Good. And as long as you have 2 hearts, I think if you jump off, it ends this a little bit faster. If not, oh well, nothing's lost. Pop a banger. Like that, we're about halfway through. Oh, I always forget to hit the boss fight. Stuff and buttons. And 2 pretty fun worlds when they go right. But when they go wrong, it's like, oof. And frustrating. But usually at this point, it's long enough you're not going to reset. Unless something crazy happens and you die. So yeah, there's love and stuff and general buttons. They're mean. They're the bad guys, by the way. champ would be a fantastic Star Wars voice. Alright, this is our first sliding block puzzle. What it wants you to do is like puzzle getting like luckies and jinxes certain ways, but there's invisible walls everywhere, so we just bonk hop our way to the page over the wall. And that's why it's just super fast. Grab these 2 extra foxhole pages, and they're part of the path. Great to hit that one. That was gold. Nice. And for some reason it shows it twice sometimes. You know what? I think I'm supposed to alt there. That was the last alt I was supposed to do. It just saves you that 2 seconds-ish with that cutscene. That one's not horrible to miss. Alright, here we go. Ladder of the Mine. Really fun world if it goes well. Really frustrating if it's not. A lot of fun movement. That good. Get up there. Stuff like that, it's weird. I like slid through it. So far, so good. Coins there to go ahead and get. Yes, got a roll. I don't think I needed to do that, but take it. Probably been faster to do the vanilla way right there, but that's fine. Oh, dang, that's why. That was really fast. Get up the ladder. One thing to really watch on this world is getting the 100 coins. I used to have a path and I never get it. I always have to go out of my way for 10 coins. There we go. 300 coins, we're off. Oh, now we wanted. Want that one. Bounce back. Yeah, we got this. Damage. Pretty good. It's a really fun world when it goes right. Then another sliding block. Namaste. Oh no. So in here, might as well show it maybe. But when you hit the floor, it creates a cutscene. A golem talks, and it wastes a good few seconds. So that's why you do it the way you do. As long as you don't land on the floor is lava, you don't trigger that. But you gotta make sure you land on the railings if you do ever miss that. I can't believe I slid over it. That was a new one. That's never happened before. Classic. I didn't. These splits are so broken. Keep forgetting to do them. And this is the other auto runner. Fun, fast world, but run killer if you miss a page or letter. So that's fun. But yeah, you always want to be burrowing to go faster, but that can bite you in the face this time. But casually, just going through this, it's a pretty fun world. This makes you go up and down a lot. The movement's pretty fun. You get a little speed boost from these conveyor belts. Yeah, that's the important one. So if you miss that page, you're SOL. But I get it. And sometimes these little, I don't even know what you call them, targets, they have really weird hitboxes, and if you're in front of it too much, like these two are very important to hit. The last two, and you need to hit them. That one can sometimes just not want to trigger. There we go. Coins, page. Okay. Now on to buttons. Which is I mean, Jinx is the slowest boss fight, but he's the end boss. These two are really slow. They just have really slow phases to them. There's nothing you can do. There is a trick to skip one of the phases, which saves it like 45 seconds, so it's pretty big to hit. But other than that, it's just a great time for get some water. A great time for incentives or reminders of any incentives, the next runs, announcements, anything like that, donations. Because like, up to this point, there hasn't been a ton of time for donations or anything like that, but this is like the perfect time. Like I could shut up any time for donations, because that's what the event is always about. More than that, it's just me talking about the game. So yeah. I'm always up for just shutting me up. Donations or incentives. One thing that this game's kind of missing is incentives. There can be like cute, fun stuff to do at the end for incentives, but like. Or like extras. I'd have to learn like the Foxington % at the end or anything like that. But as of right now, there's not a ton of incentives, but it's still a really fun speed game. It'd be really fun to throw it off. What happened there? No, that's not good. Right here, we just try to get to the boat, the bonk hop. There we go. And get to this cannon. So here it's kind of like Master Mins that they pull up fireballs. But after these are done, they try to shoot cannonballs at you, and you hit them back at them to damage them. And you want to get right here, so you get the first cannon off instantly to hit them, and then the other ones, you hit a second one back at them. And that's kind of one part of skipping of one of these fireball phases. After that goes down, you just swing, hit, go down. Cat bat, we gotta kill that one. Oh, missed him. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, so that third cat bat, you need to hit the bomb back to get him, and that skips one of the fire phases here. And so instead you get this spawning enemies one. I almost missed it because he sat on me. Which can happen. There we go. And yeah, there he is. So you can hear him coming. The really fun part of this now. There, we get back on here. The screen's locked now, so we can no longer rotate the screen. We just have to hear and stare at them. Kind of look at the scared birds in the corner there up on the tree. Doing it for them. You can either listen for the fireballs to end, and then you just try to swing, or the safest thing to do to get it, like as soon as the cannonball comes out, is to just keep swinging, since we can't see when. I've learned you can actually put your head directly into the cannon, which is always recommended. And once it shoots, it kind of clogs there with your head, and then you can hit it. So there you go, there's the end of that fight. But just spamming hit is the best way to do that. So yeah, that's the long, boring boss fight. But now we're on to the best world, Gully Island. Where you only do one world, and you do 2 sliding puzzles. And it's got the best music. By far. Lady Meowmalade. This guy should be a Star Wars voice too. Background music is sweet. So we just do 2 sliding puzzles and 3 cannon salute, and then we take on Meowmalade in our disco ball. It's a pretty easy fight too. Oh, this one can be... Yeah, so usually in the sliding blocks you can dive at them and it heat seeks them, and for some reason in this world they don't heat seek those pages. And so if you ever get behind that wall and it triggers the text box, it zooms out and you don't know where you are technically anymore, where you landed. So you gotta like get yourself to a corner and then like jump and dive again and try to find the page, which is costs more time. But it's really fun. You really gotta make sure you hit it on the first dive in. Otherwise everything you did on the way in is pointless. Oh, we're low. Save it. Nice. I've learned you just run off and you get it, so that's been a nice trick. But you gotta be a certain amount away on the wall, on the top of it. If you're too close to the screen, it won't work. Oh my god, I missed both of those. That's cool. Cannon salute. This is a pretty fun world. There is a nasty glitch that can happen. It just costs some time. I'll talk about it when I come to it. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Oh no. That diamond. Yeah, his tail's so much bigger than the box thing meant to do. These guys are back, by the way. They're still salty about us winning. I've seen other runners be able to get this trick. You gotta get him to blow this up. And he blows up both of them with that one shot. I don't really know how he does it. That always takes me 2. That's pretty good though, just get that with that shot. And then here we like to call it cup RNG. Sometimes these cups can just... Oh. Stop it. Get in your way. You just gotta get down here, get that C. Look at this. What is that? Okay. Cups, man. Too strong. Please nerf. Nothing too crazy on the coins wise on this world too. Just going through gets you the natural 300. This hidden page is the worst. Not only because the foxhole sucks for like recognition, but recognizing you going in, it's just this one can cause the visual glitch. So if you take damage on your way out of here from one of the fireballs, oh no, it's not fine. Oh, see, and I took damage. I bet it's gonna zoom in here. Yep, there it is. So this is the visual glitch. So if you take damage as you go of the foxhole, there we go. I needed to die. It does that zoom in glitch, like you're still over there. And with that one, sometimes it's like when you're diving in, the fireball will just still keep coming out. and it'll hit you, and nothing you can do about it. It did happen to me once on a really good run and ruined it, but mostly because I learned you have to collect all of those coins if you do get the glitch. Make sure you hit 300 here at the end. So not the most game-breaking thing to happen, but it'll kill a run, which is brutal. And sometimes there's just nothing you can do to avoid it. Sometimes once you get the page, the fireballs stop, and it's okay. And usually you can hit a foxhole from anywhere, but that's the only foxhole in the game where you bonk off of it, and you got to do it again. So it's pretty brutal. Just got that. I got the quick cycle here. Nice. They just have them shoot themselves 3 times, then you're good. We got all the coins. Cool. Marmalade. The last boss before Jinx. These guys are just jamming. Love it. Yeah, these tunes are just, this is fight just slaps. Only thing I'll say is the Xbox achievement for this game, one of the hardest ones to get, is to beat this fight without taking any damage. And that was like the second to last hardest achievement I had going through this game. So I always try to do that now. That's what I shoot for. It took me so long before. Whoa. But yeah, this is basically it. Tiles move. Some are safe, some aren't. She'll come down with lasers at some point and it just progressively gets harder. But this would be a great time for donations, incentives as well, and shut me up because this music's great. So I'll just leave it quiet for right now. You don't actually need to kill these guys. It's just fun. And they give you hearts back if you lost any. That's marmalade. Did take damage. Bummer. No perfection. No achievement for me. That achievement seriously took me like 30 tries. It's not that hard. There's way harder achievements out there, but like, I don't know. That one really got me for some reason. Alright, so these last two are the only worlds we do not get everything in. We actually only get 2 of them because the final door only takes 4 pages for some reason. We're able to get 2 in this Carnival Court, next one. And then in the train ride over, we get 2 apiece. And then we just do a big skip. Skip the world. There's like a world that like causes the bridge to load, and then you can cross that bridge and get to Jinx, but we just do a big skip with bonk honking. Bonk hopping, and you're onto the fight. So it really speeds up from here. Final stretch right here. Fun fact, that ghost right there is always a different color. And he's like 2 frames per second. And all these ghosts talk like spookaboo, and it's fantastic. Alright. So here we just go for the hidden page. No, 300 coins and beating the world. This music's not as good as Meowmalaze, but it's still like. So yep, we don't have to worry about Lucky or the hidden page on this world. We just do those 2.
Come on.
Here's Clive. He's funny. Quite the voice. So Elvis was a laughing ghost. Weird. That was good. Good movement, good movement. Xbox. Yeah, I see that Y right there. We don't need it. Sometimes during like an intense run, I'll see it up there. I'm like, I forgot to grab the Y. Don't need it. You like that, Clive? Just go down here and we do a little rumble. Good heat seek right there. Oh yeah, bees. Some of the runners go around and hit them. I just do that. I think it might get it faster than me sometimes, but step on somebody. Here we go. Pretty good. Clive like that. And then there's just one last thing we gotta do for a ticket, and then we get the coins, and we're done. So I grabbed that timer right there, and it just lets me know how quickly I've done it. If you end this world with that timer still going, you did well. So right here, it's just don't touch the ground, because then it hurts. Because you bring you back here, you talk to him, and you have to go back up and collect the rest of the coins, so it's a big time waste if you touch the ground early. Camera freaks out right here, and then grab a ticket. And it sounds like the timer's gonna run out any second, but it doesn't. You can get there. The text box skip right there too, that little kid talks to you. Nice. Fast. And here sometimes they don't hear all of them click and it's like, missed some? No. Got what I needed. Now it's on to the, I don't know. It's pretty fun. Sometimes I would say it's my favorite world, but it's just nice that you just get to go as fast as you can. You really don't have to worry about grabbing the hidden page in one spot and the rest is just go fast. But ladder, there's a text box skip right there too. There's a ghost to the right there with an exclamation point. If you land on the wood at a certain spot, he'll pull you off to the side, give you a bunch of text boxes, and you waste time. But ladder match of the mind is really fun too when it goes well. So, oh man, I took damage twice right there. That's not good. Oh, rip. I've never died here. Oh well. I'm still on fire. That's fine. So that's usually you just take one heart of damage here. Come through. I usually don't get hit by those three anyway. You get your hurt back and you're up. And running. A lot of this you just damage boost through. Sometimes you have to manage how many times you do it, but come on, bounce. Right here, we're just gonna make sure we hit him. Get bait right there. And then the rest is go fast. I have one heart. It's like the last thing that can kill me is that little fireball. There we go. I can't believe I died. Ignore that. So this is where I lost a ton of time on the world record. This skip is brutal. It's a bummer. It's the last trick you gotta do. But it just saves a stupid amount of time in the game. It has to be done. So I'm gonna concentrate here. We'll talk about it in a minute. Oh, bummer. I need one more bonk there. But that was it. One more bonk and you're up, and that was first try. Huge, actually. There we go. Ah, I didn't get the text box skip though, bummer. Usually if you land on the wood over here, he doesn't do that. But, heck. Just getting that. That is just easily the hardest trick in the game. And probably the deterrent for speedrunning this game for any percent is that. Because like, I spent days on that trick. It seemed like there isn't any consistent way I would bounce back and forth of where to bonk hop. Because there's some parts of that wall that are just like pure slip and you just fall right back down. And then you gotta take that train ride. You gotta talk to the guy, talk the train ride back, and then start all over again. So it's a brutal process.
Lucky, over here.
Stupid terror train. God, these splits are ruined.
How'd you get into the book?
I don't think this is a book right here. That'd be cool. That's a whole lot of red. I don't know how it would be. Actually, I do. I missed my world record. I missed that 3 or 4 times. Doing that in first saved a lot of minutes. But this is Jinx. You know, it's weird. We went through the boss door and we saw our sister who we're trying to save. It wasn't her. It's crazy. It's actually the boss. Wild. This is, I don't know, he's a Prince fan. He likes Purple Rain, and it's a pretty slow fight. Once you played enough, it's hard to die to it, but he'll take some damage here and there. That's about it. There's not a ton you can do to optimize it, but I mean, you die here, it's pain. That's run over. It just sucks because this is the last few minutes. Ooh. Spins us back around. Naruto running. Then he spawns some enemies. We gotta kill him. Usually I don't try to rush it because the dive doesn't always register them, so give him that a couple seconds. I come here, and he's got to jump on his head 3 times. And that's phase 1. Boom. I mean, the purple rain gets a little bit faster and whatnot. I swear, if this is a PBU/world record, I'll be so confused. I was red the whole time. Oh no, this is a nasty one. Alright, I don't have my 3 cross to... Right here, the visuals can get in your way sometimes with like the smoke and where the purple is, the dodge, but please do eat some ghosts. Oh no! See, like that, it didn't home in on him, so, but it's not like any time loss because he still has got to get these 2. Starts going faster. It actually makes it a little bit easier, but sometimes it can just trap you. You have like the jump hover you can do to kind of slow it down, but sometimes there's just nowhere to escape. Oh, I didn't even know this is a pattern you could get. This is really easy. Usually he makes this part like 3 tiered, so it's not as easily jump aroundable. And here is the only like optimizing. You want to kill these guys as fast as possible when you come out. Oh, sometimes you can just land on a purple like that. And this last guy, there we go. And now we gotta kill 6 jinxes, so. YOLO. Here we go. I'm gonna beat my record by like 10 seconds. His splits are awful. I didn't split like half of them correctly, so that sucks. But okay. That is Super Lucky, new Super Lucky's Tale. 80% Xbox Series X. Yes, there is a Super Lucky's Tale, and I have to get back to you on it because I thought it was like an old PS2 game they remastered, and it's not. Super Lucky's Tale is like a very, very similar game to this, but it's just worse. Like the movement's not as fun or good. You don't have as many options. Burrowing's really slow. You don't have like as good of jumps. You don't have like a homing dive, stuff like that. It's like the same game but worse. So they just like, I think they just fixed it and made it more fun and just slapped a new on top of it. Put it out as well. Oh. This is a new Super Lucky's Tale.
And it's good to be home.
I hope for submission answered any of the questions. It would be an honor and a pleasure to do a run for Midwest Speedfest, but your Midspring Speedfling. Again, for incentives, there's not much, sadly, right now. But I think it'd be it's a great one to show for people to get them into speedrunning, I think, because it's a very good early speedrun. Very friendly for new people. And the Discord's, it's still kind of a smaller game. The Discord's great. Everyone in there is very nice and very informative. They answer any of your questions. So, I usually like to let the banging music here play out. But that is all I have. So, thank you guys for your consideration and hope you enjoyed. And maybe I'll talk to you later about it. So, thank you.